difference in the Tagalog press and the English press? I mean, are we really talking about Tagalog press, or what are we talking about?
English.
English. We're talking about English.
English.
Okay. How about other languages? Is there any critical writing in the other?
This is actually the movement when the movement was starting when I was still in the circle. So to write in another but
Waray.
Waray. But the movement is starting in literature. So the critical part is still reading.
Not that could possibly figure into how you bring variety into your festival. I mean, don't you take the performances to schools? So that might be one way to get local writing to happen instead of
To have
importing someone
schools
from
write
another.
about.
Yeah. We brought it to school because there was like a pressure from the public agency, like the Cultural Center of the Philippines, that the success of the festival must be measured.
How do we
And
do
then,
that?
yeah, how do you do that? So how can we measure the success of the festival as funded by this institution? So I said, maybe by numbers. Maybe. If we could have 1,000 audience, maybe that is a considered successful festival. But we do not have 1,000 audience in one go. So we could have 4 universities with 200 to 300 students.
One-way communication.
In my case, yeah. When I was young, still young.
Younger.
Yeah, very
Younger.
Yeah, younger. But so, especially so young critics have to protect to write someone's work. So usually, so I, especially so about 10 years ago, I have to, I'm based on some cities. So because it's kind of a city is protected, because so it's a very useful way. And now it's a bit different. Because if something happened, I can fight for artists. For example, so a Japanese theater troupe played in French Avignon Festival. At that time, the festival had a strike, and the company couldn't play. But so the organizer said, in Japan, the play is a kind of a contract for God, and so it's a very ritual, like in Japan. So they played in the Avignon.
It's offense given and offense taken. Offense taken very strongly because the catalog stays with that body of work for that time on and is read as a representation of that body of work. So it becomes a very odd voice. I don't like writing catalog essays for that reason. I feel like I cannot write honestly catalog essays. So I've done very few of them.
So we still need to talk.
Huh?
So we still need to talk.
Sorry to bring that up.
But Ray, when I realized that there is a need to let in writers for the first festival, Performance Art Festival, I was not thinking of promotional. I was like just thinking of matter-of-factly reading not everybody's reading of not reading of the meaning, or reading of what he saw or what transpired, but not a promotional thing. So I was wondering why the writer will not write or could not write or just disappeared from writing. But we were very specific what like he is the cause of all this. But you also again I use empathize with him, like he's traumatized, and we do not want performance art to be a very devastating experience for the
But is that still the case, that you have to,
low crawl or off the grid or below the radar?
Still.
Not anymore. That's why last year, like, okay, I think we are like we could now stand up more or less, and with very slow thing we could reflect. Now we will be needing the help of the writers. Only last year, but again, nothing. Maybe, but next year we will follow what we've learned today. Maybe we will give workshop first, and then prepare the grounds, and then get so that there will be art writing, performance art writings, but local writers. If we have funds, maybe make it be a hobby, let it be a contest, something like that. But for a long time, you have the feeling that you just do your stuff, make it successful.
This is good, that is not good, etc. You give too much power then to the writer. So you have to find a way, I think, you have to find a way like that the writer is also part of the whole process and drawn on a level that is more equal with the artist. So can you find ways to do that?
I think we try to do that. He is with the artist, and we are not expecting him to write in superlatives. He lived with us, but and then we were like expecting that he will really just see that we are like this, we are riding the tricycle, and we will not take it against him.
An interesting thing that happened in the AGA in Singapore, the one where the Artist General Assembly, where Joseph von Snipp was pubic hair, and that's all that anyone hears about. One of the interesting things that happened was the Singapore press, which is owned by the government, right? That the writers would come and then they would write something which the artists really were very angry about. And then the artist would, the next day, perform about those articles. And then the press would come again, and so, is there anything that needs to be mentioned that we haven't, that could be useful? Because our hope is that we improve the field, right? So is there anything else that we could mention that would improve the state of criticism in our different countries?
Maybe I have a prayer. I pray that more writers could be not like sympathetic, is that the word, or empathetic to performance artists and performance art festival, because it's no joke, just organizing a festival. I mean, it's really just a pity that very few audience. But if writers would go and look and read, and I know if there are 10 audience, there are 10 readings. But if only it will be written, there will be 10 writings. Imagine, what if there are 150 audience? Then there's 150 readings and 150 writings. So, and then 150 publications. So,
Yeah.
something like that. If I just hope and pray.
Yeah, is there a way of introducing criticism directly into performance events?
Well, that would be an experiment, yeah. That would be an experiment.
Well, I'm thinking about avenues itself, because I think that the encounters between critical